What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to CM Aviation. Hope you're on a fantastic day today, and today we have a very exciting video for you all. More GeminiJets ground service equipment, everybody. We got Jetset Models here today, and I hope all of you are excited for yet another installment of this incredible GSE. Jetset does truly a phenomenal job on their work. It's so intricate, so impressive, and today, as always, we are going to take a look. So I hope all of you are excited. I am looking to navigate this box as we speak right now. It's a little trickier, so let me see if we can get into this and we will get started. Alrighty, everybody, got the Jetset tape there looking really nice, and let's go ahead and take a look, everybody. We got some really cool pieces here, so let's get started. First in here, we have a really cool piece. Take a look at that. This is a really cool cargo-like building. So really excited to see how we can use this, and this is gonna be a nice piece to the puzzle. So very excited to have that. Oh, I actually thought about ordering these, so I'm so glad that we got these. So I thought about ordering these buildings here, these portable buildings, but they actually got thrown in, so very appreciative of that. And we also have the white ground service equipment, so super excited to have that. Been wanting that desperately, so really glad to have that. Take a look at In-N-Out right there, everybody. Super excited to have In-N-Out. That is a really cool piece of the puzzle, so that's going to be absolutely awesome. And in here, I think this is going to be the big piece, everybody. This is the really big part of the show. And yes, everybody, it's the Hangar FBO piece. My bad, that connects. I didn't realize that connects. So there it is, looking really cool. This is really awesome. Let's just go ahead and take a look at this, everybody. This is absolutely phenomenal. Take a look at that. Alrighty, everybody, welcome to the change setup here. So we have a bunch of cool Jetset items to review here, and definitely use that discount code CM Aviation for 10% off your order. Really excited to dive into this. There's some really cool pieces here. So without any further delay, let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna start from right to left, and we're gonna start here with these really cool helicopters. So as you all may remember previously, we had the helicopters that had the multicolor. These are actually military helicopters. So yeah, actually one of my goals, thanks to the efforts of companies like Jetset Models, is to get a military and GA model airport started at some point. So, you know, planes like this, and helicopters in this case, really make a tremendous impact towards the feasibility of, you know, making a project like that happen. And, you know, if you would have said this 2 years ago, I would have said, well, I would love to think about it, but, you know, it's not even going to be a realistic thought until military aircraft, you know, fighter jets and so forth come out. And I can say confidently with the efforts of these 3D companies that this is becoming more and more of a realistic idea. So here they are. We have 3 of them here, and this will be really great for kind of that, you know, multi-purpose setup that you're going to see. So yeah, obviously get a high level overview here of the aircraft. These are really nice. So yeah, very similar to the previous ones that we took a look at earlier this year. The only major difference is that obviously now they have the gray color scheme on them. So obviously you can, you know, use them as, you know, Navy helicopters, or I'm even sure that there's some, you know, Army helicopters that you could probably get away with using these for. So yeah, pretty simple details, of course, just kind of taking a look at it here. You got the cockpit windows, and then of course the 3D layer printing, and then of course you have all the windows. Then you have the multiple layers here that are really cool. And as for the propellers, pretty simple, but you do have the tips here that obviously denote, you know, the edges of the propellers, which is pretty cool. Taking a look at the back, you obviously have the extended piece there, and then you got the one horizontal stabilizer there along with the prop, which some of these got a little bent up just a little bit, so I'll have to work to get those fixed. They got kind of squished on the way back. So yeah, really happy to get these. I think that these are going to be a really good asset for my Jetset collection as it continues to grow, and I'm certainly very thrilled about the effort here. And like I said, these will really make for a good piece at the, fortunately you can really kind of work on these a little bit, and it kind of fixes them up really quickly. But these will really make for good assets at my military airport, and of course great planes and all the other displays that you will be expecting to see it on. So overall, very happy with the results, and certainly very thrilled to have these. So definitely stay on the lookout for those in the near future. Let's continue here, and we'll bounce back in the military in a moment. This is In-N-Out, so really happy to finally have the real-life In-N-Out replica. So obviously this is a direct mimic of the LAX runway 24 right, beyond famous spotting locations. So I've been here many times, and it is really cool to finally get to feature this. I do look to feature this in great planes and hopefully some of the other airports as well. So yeah, this is a cool piece as well. And again, you can use CM Aviation for a discount on any of these products that are on the Jetset website as we speak. So let's go ahead and take a look here at the In-N-Out. So obviously this is a very simple facility. Due to branding, we're not gonna, or sorry, due to copyright, we won't have any branding, but it's obviously the In-N-Out. So yeah, it's really cool. You just have the main house piece there on the front, and then you have the ledges there, the awnings if you will, and then you have the windows. So yeah, this is going to be really cool, and definitely excited to feature it, and it'll be very distinguishable. I might print out my own In-N-Out logos to really make it really scale, but obviously when you're selling products you can't do it. So of course, Jetset doing what they do best, and they're giving me the tools to finish the job. So very happy with this. And once again, I think this will be a very cool piece. And they also have a really cool hotel that I almost bought as well. So perhaps that will be another video in the future. So yeah, looking really good on that and very happy with the results of what's going on there. I also want to take a look at these really cool police cars that I have. I think we have a few of these from one of the very first unboxings, but obviously wanted to give this a more proper highlight because this will be really cool getting back into that military theme of, you know, highlighting the, you know, when Air Force One comes and so forth. And one of the pieces dropped to the grass, so I'm going to have to take a look for that here in a moment. It happens to the best of us, right? Fortunately, I think I will be able to find it because I have a pretty good range of where it went. But as you can see here, another really good piece of the puzzle. You can see all the vehicles. So you have the actual police cars themselves. Those are very detailed and they look really cool. You have the limos. I really like the details on those, and those definitely also look quite nice. And then you also have 3 police officers, whatever you'd like to call them. So yeah, pretty good. And you also have these smaller limo type cars as well, whatever the proper phrasing for those would be. So yeah, very happy with the details of those, and those came out really well. So we're definitely going to be using those up again at the military setup, which I'm definitely hopeful to have rocking by late this year, because we have this piece right here, and I really feel like this is going to be the finishing touch for what we need to make this a reality. So this is the military airport ground service equipment. Very excited to have this. This is pretty much the cargo set with some major enhancements. We have some different pushback tugs, and we also even have a, probably just need to pull them off like that. I don't want to rip that beautiful branding. We also even have the tanks in there and a couple of other pieces to really make it real to scale. And then the cargo loaders are very different from the cargo ones themselves. So let's take a look at what we have going here. So yeah, these are really cool. So of course you have multiple tanks. This obviously is pretty realistic to have at, you know, it just depends on what you want to do. You also have the service vehicles, which are very detailed. They look really nice. You can see those there. And then you have these really cool cargo loading pieces. And it looks like we got a little intertwined there. You also have multiple kind of service pieces there too, but here's the multiple cargo, sorry, the pallets here, which these will be really cool again for the model airport, just kind of flipping this all. You also have the air stairs, of course, like you'd like to see in that green color. So this is kind of like, I wouldn't say a fictional setup, but what you would kind of see in the movies, if that makes sense. That's kind of the vibe that you get. You have the wide body air stairs here as well. You even have this really cool, you almost want to call it like a bulldozer, but it's not really a bulldozer, just a tractor with a actual what's that called? Bucket piece on there. And then yeah, you even have one on, or I guess you can fit them on top. I'm not sure if that was intentionally done or not, but you obviously have the tracks on there, but you can put those on and simulate them loading. And let me see, can you put on the smaller cars too? That would be really cool. Yes, so very good job by Jetset to make those. I'm not sure if you can get a very good view of that over there, what I was doing, but very good job to make all the pieces interchangeable. You also have the green forklifts to use on the top there. So overall, very thrilled with the results of that, and it'll definitely be really good to use that. And then you have these service pieces. So yeah, it's a very good variety of pieces. And here in a moment, I'll put it on display so you can kind of see what that would look like on a military aircraft here in a moment. So yeah, this will be really cool, and definitely will be excited to spread this out throughout the offerings. And I think that, again, it'll be a very high quality piece of the puzzle, so I'm certainly really excited about it. So yeah, very cool pieces here, and they will certainly be major assets for many years to come. So that'll be really cool. And before we take a look at that structure in the background, let's go ahead and take a look at some more cargo equipment. So I was very happy with the initial cargo equipment I got, so much so that I wanted to get the FedEx themed, and that's exactly what we have right here. So very thrilled with this. We also have the portable units, and these will be cool to use at the military airport. Great Plains will be seeing these. So yeah, they're very affordable, these little pieces right here. I'll show you them first. So yeah, they're just little portable like buildings. So, you know, even at the smaller airports and the larger airports, you'll see a bunch of these like buildings that you can kind of move around and use miscellaneously. So you can call them administrative offices or really whatever you would like. But yeah, I got several of these here, so I'll be very eager and excited to use these. So very happy with the look of these. I think they're really nice, and they'll be very cool to feature in quite a variety of ways. So again, very happy to feature those, and yeah, very pleased with that. You got the air conditioning unit on top, and overall they look really cool. So yeah, definitely use that discount code if you're interested in any of these. And then we have the actual equipment itself. So you can see we have it broken into 2 bags. We have the actual cargo pieces themselves here, and just because of, you know, how intricate they are, I'll just go ahead and leave them in the bag. But as you can tell, they're really nice. You got the various colors and so forth. So overall, they're looking quite cool, and very happy with those. And then I'll go ahead and get these out. This is like we saw in the previous Jetset video, just white now. And this is a FedEx theme, so it makes most sense on a FedEx aircraft. And the funny part is I'm going to use it on a UPS aircraft. It looks like sometimes you'll have this happen where one of the light poles unfortunately falls off, so I'll have to work on fixing that myself, which I can do that. Just put it off to the side here. But as you can tell, we have the various equipment right here, and you got the air stairs too. So yeah, these will be really cool. You got the loaders and narrow body and wide body. So yeah, a good variety of items here, and this will definitely pay off really well. So yeah, all looking very nice right there. And I will wait to show you all the FBO and hangar setup once I get this all set up. So what I'm going to do is take it all, set it up, and show you all kind of what it looks like. So stay tuned. Alrighty, everybody. So here's the first display right here. As you can tell, really cool setup. So I got our C-17 getting loaded up here with the military personnel. As you can see, I'll even throw in a little bit more equipment just so you can kind of get an idea of kind of what it's supposed to look like. And as you can tell, this is a very cool setup going on. And you know what, just for fun, I know it's not the most realistic in the world, but why don't I go ahead and throw in some police cars here. So that's exactly what we got. But as you can tell, a very cool setup, and you can definitely see all of what's going on there on your left. And I'll kind of even give you all kind of a view here a little bit closer up so you can see the portable units there. And then we also got the actual loading equipment itself. You got some of the ramp cars going in there, and we also got the various, tractors and so forth. So that's looking really cool. I can even go ahead and get another cool piece here just to really amp up the detail for you all. So as you can tell, looking quite cool, and definitely happy with the result of that. I think it's looking really nice. So definitely a very unique piece of the puzzle there. So that's looking really nice. You also got the helicopter in the back too. So you all can kind of see it there, but I'll give you all a flip around here in a moment, show you all a little bit more in a moment. As you can see on the right here, here's the Hangar FBO combo. It's really cool. I'll even turn it for you all so you can see a little more now that we're looking at this. Oh, the leveling was way off. I apologize about that, everybody. But yeah, a very cool looking hangar. Very happy with how that came out, and I think it looks really cool. And yeah, big shout out to Jetset for the intricate details. It's really impressive to see what they're capable of doing, and that definitely just fits really nicely there. So as you can tell, this is a layover layout base, by the way, if you're interested in more videos of layover soon. But as you can tell, it fits really nicely on there, and it's definitely a cool piece of the puzzle. You can also see here we got the various GA aircraft that we saw previously. Got some tug in there pulling in, and yeah, definitely adds some very nice detail to the puzzle. And you also even got the helicopter right there, so that's quite cool. Right side, you can see here kind of what's going on. There's a better look at the C-17 Globemaster III and the helicopter, which is quite nice. So you can get a different angle on it there so you all can see kind of what's going on. So definitely happy with the byproduct and result of what we have there. And you can even see the backside here of the actual FBO facility looking quite nice, and even the hangars got down to the details of the doors right there on the bottom. So yeah, it looks really nice, and definitely very happy with the detail from Jetset. So very cool looking setup, overall looking really nice. Let's go on ahead and take a look at the cargo setup. Alrighty, everybody, here we go for the cargo setup. I just kind of used the FBO here and turned it into a cargo building, but Jetset does have a phenomenal cargo building, so if you all would like to see that reviewed next, let me know, and I bet we can make that happen. But anyway, here's my UPS Boeing 747-8. I know it should be a FedEx, but it is here to prove that it can be used universally, and I'm really excited to pair this up with my UPS and FedEx trucks. But as you can see, here it is. So the yellow is obviously nice, and that really fits good for DHL, and I honestly need to get a house DHL wide body so I can really maximize that usage. But as you can see here, here is the white equipment, so you can use this universally for all the carriers, which I think is nice. Amazon, UPS, FedEx. So here's kind of what it looks like, and thank you so much, Gemini, for making these interactive aircraft. They are so cool, and just look at the realism here. So obviously, we have the Boeing 747-8 nose here, and as you can tell, it is a really cool look. A year ago, the setup wouldn't have been possible, so it's really cool to think about what the reality is now of the model aircraft landscapes. As you can tell, we have our cargo getting loaded right there, and we also have the air stairs to go with it. So it's certainly a very nice balance right there. And here's a better look here at the actual tug equipment itself and the pallets. So yeah, it is really neat and definitely amazing detail. I really want to highlight on the bottom there the ladder along with the light flashing pieces there, and overall it's just really super duper cool. So yeah, as we transition to the back, you can also see the back loader. I know the height's not quite there, but we're simulating that it's getting ready to be loaded. And then here is the bottom loader as well, so you can see how that kind of attaches up and how it looks. So definitely a cool piece of the puzzle too. And you also have the actual buildings down here as well. So that's looking quite nice. So yeah, I really hope all of you enjoyed the Jetset unboxing today. Really cool. Definitely use discount code CMAviation for 10% off. Very much appreciate his generosity to the entire community and making discounts possible for you all, so that, obviously we can save some money, considering, obviously money doesn't come easy in this day. So very important. And thank you, Jetset, once again for your continued support of my channel and of course of the entire community. So really hope you all enjoyed this. I hope you all are excited to see this through the airports. I'm really excited to get it in there, and Jetset continues to have quite an impact on my fleet, and I hope that it will for yours as well. That said, that'll do it for today's video, everybody. Thank you all so much for watching. Take it easy, everybody. Stay safe. Just process. Do you love you do. My name's CM Aviation. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon as CM Aviation is signing off.